Verse 12 reinforces God's self-sufficiency. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Psalm 50, verse 12. The conditional phrase, if I were hungry, presents a hypothetical situation. God cannot hunger, for he possesses no physical needs. The statement exposes the absurdity of thinking sacrifices sustain him. I would not tell thee reveals God's independence from human provision. Even if God needed something, he would not depend on Israel. The phrase challenges their assumption that God requires their offerings. For the world is mine, and the fullness thereof, declares God's complete ownership. Everything in creation belongs to God. The word fullness means all that fills the world. Every resource, every creature, every element exists as his possession. God owns everything, and Israel owns nothing apart from God. Their offerings only return to God what already belongs to him. Verse 13 continues God's rhetorical questions. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Psalm 50, verse 13. The question, will I eat the flesh of bulls, exposes the foolishness of treating God like a pagan deity. Pagan worshippers believed their gods consumed sacrificial meat. They set food before idols, as if feeding them. Israel knew better. Or drink the blood of goats, continues the absurdity. God does not consume blood. The law prohibited eating blood because blood represented atonement, not divine sustenance. Sacrifices served symbolic purposes. They pointed to spiritual realities, not physical transactions. Verse 14 shifts from what God does not want to what he desires. Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. Psalm 50, verse 14. The command, offer unto God thanksgiving, identifies true worship. The word thanksgiving means acknowledgement of God's goodness. Thanksgiving recognizes God as the source of all blessings. The phrase, pay thy vows unto the Most High, calls for covenant faithfulness. When Israel made vows, they promised obedience. God requires that they keep their word. The title Most High emphasizes God's supreme authority. He stands above all creation. God deserves loyalty and obedience. Thanksgiving and faithfulness matter more than ritual. God values relationships over religious performance. Hosea 6 verse 6 states, for I desired mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. Verse 15 presents God's promise. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Psalm 50 verse 15. The command, call upon me in the day of trouble, invites prayer. God wants his people to seek him when difficulties come. The phrase day of trouble acknowledges life's hardships. Believers face many trials and dangers. God does not promise freedom from trouble, but deliverance through it. I will deliver thee provides God's commitment. He promises to rescue those who call on him. Deliverance through trouble shows God's power and faithfulness. And thou shalt glorify me reveals worship's true purpose. Deliverance leads to praise. When God rescues his people, they should honor him. Worship flows from experiencing God's saving power. Israel's sacrifices should express gratitude for God's intervention and not attempt to manipulate him. God desires relationship, not ritual. He wants dependent trust, not mechanical observance. The sacrificial system pointed to deeper spiritual realities. God values souls that acknowledge his sovereignty, depend on his provision, and respond to his deliverance with genuine praise.